Welcome back to V'Buzz with me, Ruben and Sharita. Now, performing arts is something that's very sacred in the sense that it's something that's tough to do because, you know, you're juggling 2 or 3 different things like acting, singing, the whole works together, right? Talking about this particular show, and it's all about forbidden love, and, you know, history and literature are all full of stories about forbidden love. Now, Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony, Guinevere, and Lancelot, there's an endless list of fictional and non-fictional love stories that tug at your heartstrings. Now, there's just something about forbidden love that makes for a great and sometimes tragic love story. Our next guests are taking to the stage this month to play a pair of lovers who are up against the odds. Now, Love Story is a musical inspired by Erich Segal's best-selling novel and 70s hit movie of the same name, and it's being brought to the Malaysian stage by Dama Asia Productions. Now, we're sitting down today with the lead actors of the production, Michelle Tan and Joshua Gui, to find out more about their upcoming roles. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Joshua. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us. Welcome to V'Buzz. Now, let's start by getting to know you guys a little bit better. When did the both of you first venture into the performing arts? We'll start with you, Michelle.
I first got in 2011.
Right.
Yeah, 2011. It was incidentally also a Dama show. It was Imperfect Harmony with that was, I think, sponsored by the Star newspaper. And yeah. And
how did you really get into it at that point? Were you
okay, well, at that time just before that I was working in a corporate job.
Yeah.
In banking. And then I was just flipping over the newspaper one day and then suddenly saw the audition notice for a Dama show that didn't require me to speak Mandarin because I can't speak Mandarin. So, and then, so I was like, oh, it's a chance to be part of a Dama production that's not in Mandarin because previously I've always been following their shows on via newspaper and stuff because I'm from Penang and they don't come to Penang. They only perform in KL. So it was like, and then it's always like, oh, when you look at the photos in the newspaper, it always looks so pretty. It's like, oh, you actually want to be a part of them, but they are exclusively Mandarin. So this was the first show that was not exclusively Mandarin. So just went for the audition and got in.
That's brilliant.
And did you have any acting experience before that?
No.
I mean, to go into your first audition and to kind of get the role, that's...
Well, it wasn't a role. It was because it was like a review, sort of. So it was mostly dancing, singing, and I would call myself a singer first.
Okay.
Out of the 3 disciplines.
Right.
Nice.
So, and everything else just flows because, you know, you got tempo and that's how. Right. What about you, Josh?
I actually studied music when I was as a tertiary education. I told my mom that I wanted to do music. And they were really supportive.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, very glad. And I actually got a scholarship to study in Sydney.
Okay.
So after high school, I did my pre-U's, and after that I went straight to Sydney. To study music.
Right.
So in other words, in terms of training or how do I get into it, that's since 2008.
Okay.
And then, but my first professional show, professional production, was actually back here in KL in 2011 as well.
Okay.
And my second production was with Michelle, actually. The same show with Dama.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about, you know, your working dynamics later on. But, you know, so would you say you've always kind of known that the stage was for you?
I've always known that music was for me. The stage was... I was interested in others, like dancing is sort of my second love.
Yeah.
And acting is a third love. So when I was in Sydney, I watched my first musical production there. Because I'm from Penang as well.
Oh,
I'm not from the island of Penang. I'm from the mainland of Penang, which you know is completely non-existent in terms of artistic outlet. You know, so when I went to Sydney, I watched my first musical there, and I completely fell in love with it. And that's how I thought, okay, this is something I would like to try to do.
Okay.
And so I took, on top of my music studies, I went outside on my own to take dance classes and such, and came back with that and auditioned.
But that's the thing, because we know you did you had professional training in that sense, you know, before you did what you did. But what about Michelle? Did you have anything of that sort before you started?
Before I started, no. No.
Never.
I just participated in choirs here and there, I was part of the Penang State Choir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which performed with an orchestra.
Which performs in orchestra,
So
and since, you know, beginning acting on stage and all that, did you then take any lessons to kind of hone in on your professional skills?
Well, that's... At the time, I was like, I don't know, it's very hard to say because I don't know what I was doing at the time. I was still trying to find my way on stage, I guess. It's like I knew I wanted to do it, but... and I had just thrown away like a desk corporate job for it. But it never quite clicked until about 3 years later. Super delayed reaction. It didn't quite click until 3 years later, and then I realized that okay, I don't think I'm getting anywhere, because previously I was just quite happy to just be part of any show. And you know, when you're at that stage, you're like, oh, just to be able to get on stage, that's like the most amazing thing. And then after a while, you realize that okay, there should be some sort of development. There should be a next level. And I was not seeing that, and that's why in 2015, I went over to London and did a master's in musical theatre.
Wow.
Okay.
How was that whole experience doing a master's in musical theatre, you know, having not studied it previously?
Very eye-opening.
Yeah.
Very eye-opening. Well, they believe that I don't think it's never too late to learn, I guess. And because I was I think I was the oldest person in class as well. Because in London, theatre is a culture. Musical theatre is a culture there. So everyone starts young. So it's like you're studying with like people like 10, 11 years my junior. So much more flexible, so young, so optimistic, and I'm coming in with all my cynical baggage. You know?
But you just recently got done with it, right? And you just
I came back last year.
You just came back last year, okay.
Yes.
And this is your sort of like your first play after all that
After the
experience.
training, yes.
Brilliant. So, you know, if you've been doing this for a while, you know, regardless of the training that you had in London recently and of course your masters, what sort of roles that, you know, both of you, starting with Rchel, do you enjoy taking on? If you had a choice, right?
At the moment, I'm quite open to anything. Hire me.
Nicely done.
Open to anything, because the thing is that I've never been taken seriously for any like roles whatsoever until I came back, and all the roles which I took when I was training were always because I was a little bit older already and my voice was starting to deepen as well. So it's like it's very difficult for me to take on young ingenue roles. Unfortunately, this is exactly what it is. This role of Jennifer Cavilleri in Love Story is a young ingenue kind of soprano role. No, it does not suit me at all. But I'm trying.
Right, okay.
I'm sure you'll do it, you know, justice. But do you enjoy taking any specific roles? Anything that you know,
like that one thing they've always wanted to do?
I've never quite thought about it.
All right, we'll get back to that.
Honestly, really haven't quite thought about it. As I said, the roles which I was given was all crazy comic sidekick. Crazy characters. So this is probably the very, very first serious role that I've done, which is why when I was first offered it, I was like a bit scared actually in a way. But I don't know, going into the process, I'm actually quite enjoying it. So
Looking forward to seeing your performance. But what about you, Joshua? What kind of roles do you enjoy taking on?
Personally, I've always liked comical roles. Because who doesn't like a good laugh, right?
The funny ones.
I mean, it's always been inside me to be just a little bit more on the... Because, my family, we have 3 of us. My brother, myself, and my sister. My brother, he's an engineer. Very
serious.
Very serious. Very smart. He's basically the brains of the family. You know, we call him the walking encyclopedia for a reason. And also, I'm sort of the crazy one in the family, the middle child. You know?
Middle child syndrome. No.
No, people say that. They ask me whether I have middle child syndrome, and I don't really feel it. So I guess it's a good thing. But I've always enjoyed taking on comical roles. Because personally, I think humor is very important to me.
It's true.
I've often heard that, you know, humor and comedic timing is very, very hard to...
It's not easy to be witty, right?
Exactly. It's actually really, really tough. It's actually a challenge in itself.
How do you kind of train for those roles?
Watching others. You copy, monkey see, monkey do, really. You copy and then you see where they come from and how they think, basically. But I'm still not good at it, but I'm still, you know,
but that's
watching, learning.
I gotta ask this question, right? You know, we often hear whenever we interview actors and people, they say, you know, they gotta tap into this emotion, that emotion, in order to relate to the character that they're playing. How do you guys do it? How do you both relate to a character? You know, have you ever played a character that you felt that didn't relate to you whatsoever? Josh.
This character that I'm playing is actually
it's not you.
It's so not me. It's completely different. I mean, first things first, I don't come from a rich family.
Right. See, that alone makes me want to come and watch it.
And also the cultural difference. I mean, this is set during the early 1960s. I mean, by the end of the day, the story is about human relations. And that is in itself is still very contemporary. It's not dated per se, because at the end of the day, relationship is relationships. You know. But it is very different for me because I've never taken myself as a romantic lead person. I'm more the like funny psychic person. Like, you know. So this is a complete new challenge for me, and embracing it. Of course, there is obstacles here and there, but you know, after like what Rchel said, after getting into it. And you know, starting to like the process, you know, allowing yourself to sit into it.
Right. What about you, Michelle? Same question, you know.
About
characters that you don't necessarily relate to, but you know you got to tap into that zone to play that character.
I don't know, maybe I've been, because based on whatever limited experience I have doing roles so far, I've been fairly lucky in the sense that whatever roles that I've gotten so far are all human. they're all your typical average human, and at the end of the day, there's always certain aspects of any particular any character that you can just pick out and like, yes, I can see that. I can see that going on in me. I can see it going on in close friends and family. And like for this show, I actually relate a lot, probably even more. I relate even more to his character than to mine in a way. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about Love Story, the musical. Can you guys tell us what it's all about? We'll start with you, Josh.
Well, basically, it's, as you mentioned, forbidden love. I mean, it's a very dated term, but anyway, it's still very contemporary in a sense. But it's about Oliver Barrett, who comes from old money of that period, you know, who falls in love with someone who is not of his class, in other words, you know, like Romeo and Juliet. Per se.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, so someone falls in love who is someone not of his class, and so the family kind of forbids that, and in the end disowned him. So, so they you know go on with their lives, you know, struggling, you know, to make ends meet by themselves, and you know, continue their lives together from then on. And fate has an interesting turn.
Wow. Yeah. An interesting turn.
So you guys are in love in the show, lah?
Yes,
pretty much.
Basically is.
Pretty much.
Which brings the next question, right? Like how do you forge that feelings towards each other during the play itself? Like, do you like spend a lot of time with each other prior? I mean, you know, like in the last few months, in order to get that chemistry going on stage, or is it?
We didn't have those the luxury of a few months because we were basically cast like almost just less than a month before we started rehearsals, and he was in Singapore half of the time.
Yeah, I was performing there then.
Right, but you have acted together, so has that helped? Like, you know,
it helps a lot.
The chemistry that you've forged throughout the.
I don't know about the chemistry, but it definitely helps with not being ridiculous, completely awkward with each other, because we know each other, and we know at the end of the day we're just doing a job. At the end of the day, we are still friends.
Yeah,
you know,
and
it's
there's
not one of those weird things.
I think that's very important.
So tell us a little bit more about what the dynamics are between the two of you in the working relationship. Seeing as you have worked before in the past, and you're working together now on Love Story, what's that like?
It's very different because we've never had to work so closely with each other before. Because previously the ones which I've done with him, we've always been members of the same ensemble, and we don't really get much stage time together. It's just like if we do come out together, it's just like it's in a big group number, dance, sing, and then off we go.
But now everything's the same. Your dance moves are literally the same. You got to dance with each other. You got to sing together.
Synchronize with each other.
But the only thing is that we're together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's this, like, obviously the story has a very strong underlying theme of forbidden love. What are your thoughts on forbidden love and how you kind of translate all those thoughts into the role?
Forbidden love, I guess anything that's forbidden, I think it really centers around the culture. You know, even though this is a Western show based in the premise of it is in America. I mean, but culturally we're still similar.
Very similar. You can see even in I don't know about I know definitely for Chinese, especially if you're coming from like old rich Chinese money, that kind of thing. There still is a kind of like.
You're expected to do
You're
this.
expected.
Right.
You're of a certain pedigree. You're expected to they get married to another equally rich family for business purposes. That kind of thing. You know,
quite relatable to.
And it is.
And this stuff happen in real life, actually.
Yes.
And you think it's just only in movies, but no.
Exactly. That's so true. But that's the thing, you know, as a talent, right? A quick one with regards to singing, acting, and also, performing at the same time. All together, you're juggling three different things. Dancing, sorry, that's what I was looking for. Mistakes do happen, right? And sometimes the audience may not catch it, but you as the cast do know that it's a mistake. How do you recover from that?
The show must go on. Just basically, how to say, it's not pretend, but in a way, it's kind of like pretend, like nothing happened. At the end of the day, whatever the audience sees, if they do not if they do not register that you have registered a mistake, to them it's fine.
Exactly.
So just continue doing as you do.
That's kind of hard to do, right? To pretend like nothing happened, right?
But that's the whole point of rehearsals. Rehearsals are meant for you to make all the mistakes so that it doesn't appear on stage and see what works among each other. And if, as a character, if you know that that's your destination of that scene, then, you know, regardless if you forget a line or so, you know how to come back, because at the end it's just conversation.
Exactly.
Just steer your conversation according to where you need to go.
And I'm sure the both of you are professionals, and I'm sure this whole show will go off without a hitch, and we can't wait to see it. So where can our audience members or anyone kind of interested get more information about the show?
You can check on Dama Asia Productions.
Okay, we have the website up on the thing right now.
Exactly. On Facebook, Instagram, on your own website. You can email them, or you can go to www.ticketpro.com and find the details there as well.
I think even on the KLPAC website as well.
We have the KLPAC website right now.
Yeah.
So this is happening on the 10th and 11th, as well as the 16th and the 17th.
And 18th.
And the 18th.
No excuses for people who miss the show, because there's 6 shows going on.
Yes.
Very soon. We wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Break a leg.
Right.
Thank you so much.
I definitely will be there, because I just can't wait to see the dynamics between you guys. And also
I'll hold you to it.
Yes, hold you to it. Yeah, going to be there, definitely, for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
All the best. All right. There you go. 2 very talented people in the house.
Yeah.
And it's not easy doing musicals, Sharita. I've tried doing it before.
Oh.
Failed miserably once.
Wow.
Succeeded in the
I didn't
second
know
time.
that.
Yeah, I know, it's something that I do.
Very interesting. You know what? I think I'm going to go take a look at this performance as well. They've definitely got me hooked. Well, tomorrow on V'Buzz, we chat with shoe designer Alfred Khor about his luxury footwear label for the Metropolitan Woman of today.
And you're going to love that, right, Sharita? Now, we also go on a journey of flavors with Chef Darren Leong, as he tells us all about his love for cooking up his storm in the kitchen.
That sounds interesting too, one of my loves. Now, it is the month of Ramadan, and if you're looking to try out some new haunts for Buka Puasa this year, we'll be featuring a host of restaurants on our V Eats segment. We'll be kicking things off with Swarna, who checked out Marhaba in Publica.
Yeah, I did one as well, and it's lovely food. That's all I can say. Keep writing to us at vbuzz@astro.com. Not mind, do follow us on Instagram at vbuzz_HD at all times. Don't forget our Insta stories. We try to make it interesting from time to time. And there you have it. That's it for today.
Yeah, my name is Sharita.
My name is Ruben. It's bye-bye for now. We'll see you tomorrow.